Do you remember the first time we met? The very first time we saw each other? I kept looking away. But then you just said,
I like that book you're reading.
I guess that's all it took. Well, that's what started everything. We sat there talking for hours, but it felt like minutes. We talked about stupid little stuff, but it felt like you were lifting a big weight off my shoulders. I asked you stupid questions, like what your favorite food was, and you said,
My favorite food is probably coffee. I know it's not a food, but it basically is to me.
We talked about our favorite books. You even spoiled the book I was reading when you told me that.
She does die at the end, though. She gets a promotion, so I like to focus on that.
I never told you. I never told you that you ruined the ending because you made everything in between more important. You always made something out of nothing, made the best out of the worst. Do you remember the first time I visited your apartment? Well, it was more like a room with a bathroom.
It's not much. There's no heat. I barely get electricity. I don't even own a television, but it's home. Oh, sorry about that. It's kind of a mess. I was playing around with that earlier. You know, I always wanted to be like a hairstylist or a makeup artist, but my parents don't really think that's a living. But you only live once, right? My parents can't stop me from dyeing my hair.
Nothing ever stopped you. You lived life like nobody I'd ever met or loved. You did the things you wanted to do when you wanted to do them. You always wore the things you wanted to wear in the colors you liked that day. Nothing ever stopped you from joy. You were always joy. Even when you messed up your hair that one time, you walked out of your bathroom and said,
So, it was supposed to be a different kind of red, but it ended up like this.
I told you that I thought it looked nice either way. And then you said,
You should let me dye your hair, or at least shave for me.
I never did let you dye my hair or anything like that. I was afraid that it might turn out weird, and you just said,
You know, sometimes you just have to roll with whatever life throws at you, even if it's the worst.
Those are basically your words to live by. No matter what happened, you just rolled with it. Didn't matter if it threw you off track or if I wasn't sure about it. You always brought me down a path I will never forget. I will never forget. I'll never forget every time you made me laugh, every Saturday coffee date, every time we drove hours going nowhere, every song you played, the way you did your hair, the way you smiled, the way you got sick. The way you tried to act like it was nothing, and how it only got worse. How when you smiled it seemed like you were piecing it together. How your hair faded, you had less time to play songs, how our drives turned more into drives, and how every Saturday coffee date got shorter and shorter. Until there was none. I'll never forget that. But I'll always remember the happiness you showed me, every single moment we shared together. Whether we were on a sidewalk, your apartment, at a hospital, or in the coffee shop, I remember everything. I remember the first time we met, and I know that you remember too. Wherever you are now, I know you remember, because you always made little things matter most, and now I understand why you did. I just know that you're somewhere better now, someplace where everything is one long string of special moments, someplace where you really can see what you mean to me, what you meant to me, my happiness, my pain, my love. Finding you is easy. Keeping you was harder. But you will always be with me, Joy.